Now, chances are, if you spent any time on YouTube, you'll be familiar with this chap. Bald and Bankrupt does a very successful travel YouTube channel. Now, he's not for everyone. A lot of people find him misogynistic and stuff like that, but I'm not here to talk about that today. One thing that you cannot deny is the guy makes incredibly insightful videos, travel videos. Now, the thing that makes him unique is we've seen videos in Thailand and YouTubers going to Tokyo and New York. We've seen it a million times before, but what makes this guy unique is he goes to places that no one goes to. We get an insight into people's lives that live in Belarus or Armenia or Azerbaijan or Moldova. He goes to some really, really unique places that no one really travels to, and that's what makes his videos so interesting. Now, the reason I'm doing this video today is his most recent video that he's done was such an eye-opener. I watched it yesterday, where he meets up with migrants about to cross the Darien jungle from Colombia to Panama. Hundreds of thousands of people make this crossing every single year from various different countries, but mainly those Venezuelans escaping poverty in Venezuela, looking for a better life in the USA. Now, the main reason I wanted to make this video today is because I urge people to go and watch these videos, because we just don't get enough of this in the media. These stories do not get told. We get so much negative press in this country about the toll on the taxpayer, the burden on the country for migrants crossing over, and we never ever get to hear these people's stories and the journeys that they've had to go through to get here. And it really is an amazing thing that Bald and Bankrupt has done in this video to really highlight what these people are going through, what migrants every day are escaping from. Now, as I said, I urge you all to go and watch these videos. Links will be down below. The reason I'm making this video is because I really want to urge people to watch this, because, like I say, we seem to only get one side of the argument, and we can have a conversation about immigration. It's a completely legitimate conversation to have about whether we're having too much migration into the country. We can have that conversation, but we should be having that conversation after we've seen both sides of the argument. And it seems in this country, all we get from the media is just anti-immigration and just hate, and we never hear these stories of the migrants themselves. We never seem to get interviews in the media, proper stories of what these people are going through and why they're fleeing their countries. Now, I know this example that Bald and Bankrupt has done is South America migrants trying to reach the USA, but the exact same stories are there from people from Afghanistan and African countries and the Middle East that are trying to get to Europe. The same dangers, the same things are happening. Now, what I found so poignant in these videos is the level of danger that these families are willing to go through in order to find a better life in the USA. It just shows, it just proves that no one would put themselves through this if they weren't living in absolute destitute and poverty where they were.
Dígame sobre Chávez y Maduro, ¿qué tú piensas?
Bueno, la verdad que a mi criterio Chávez fue un presidente bueno, excelente, para mi criterio. Pero Maduro no, desde que Chávez se murió quedó Maduro, Maduro todo se fue a la mierda de una vez.
Entonces
Maduro
la
no,
vida fue
todo
mejor.
cambió, todo cambió de color, gasolina, comida, todo se fue al piso, el barril de petróleo, todo, las sanciones, todo eso afectó a Venezuela. El Bolívar no valía. El Bolívar no valía. Antes éramos ricos, con Chávez éramos ricos y nosotros no sabíamos. Y los que lo sabían no valoraron eso.
¿Y qué es tu plan? ¿A dónde va?
Estados Unidos.
Estados Unidos.
Mm.
¿Y qué tú quieres hacer en Estados Unidos?
Cónchale, darle un futuro a mi hijo que está en Venezuela.
¿Qué
Hacer la
tú-
platica, trabajar.
¿Qué tú piensas sobre Maduro?
No, Maduro coño tu madre.
Para Estados Unidos de Norteamérica por la selva del Darién.
¿Quieres cambio tu vida?
Sí quiero un cambio para mi vida porque no se puede sobrevivir de ninguna manera, ni en lo económico. No te descansa la mente porque por pensar en sobrevivir no disfrutas tu vida, no disfrutas tu salud, no disfrutas tu familia.
Whether it be in Europe or whether it be South America, no one would go on these journeys, risking their kids' lives. The fact that you have to try and deal with the cartel in the first place to try and get a crossing through the jungle.
Sí.
Danger, mucho peligro.
¿Más peligroso? ¿Por qué?
¿No? Porque
¿Por qué?
hay menos
¿Peligroso porque güera?
Banda,
Sí.
delinquir.
Oh, shit.
And then you're bringing your children and your family through perilous terrain where at any point you could slip, break your leg.
The sound of screaming babies just fills the air as they realise we've got to traverse now. Look at this. Wow. Relying on old ropes that have been left here by other immigrants, hoping they still hold. So if they break, you're going to fall and hurt yourself badly.
And if that happens, there's no one there to help you. There's no hospital nearby. There's no helicopter going to come and pick you up. And the people that are with you are not going to be able to shoulder the burden of carrying you through the jungle because they will just die themselves.
We just crossed this river here and we notice like a disgusting stink in the air. And that's because over there you can just see a body just in the rocks, basically a naked body. Oh, you can't pick it up, but oh man, just a rotting body. Those are the dangers of traveling here in the Darien. It's real dangers.
And then when you do make it through the jungle, that's just the start of the journey. You have to try and make it to North Mexico, which involves incredibly dangerous train rides. Again, where you're putting women and children on top of trains. And the danger of the train itself is just half the battle. You have to deal with gangs and cartels and even police from Mexico trying to rob you.
¿Qué es tu plan? ¿Qué es tu plan? ¿La bestia o autobús o cómo? O no sé.
Sí, porque nos robaron.
Robaron.
Policías de Guatemala nos robaron. Se montaban en el bus.
Wow. The police in Guatemala robbed these guys. So entonces, autobús.
Sí, el autobús se montan y le piden plata a uno. Si no, los bajan del bus y los regresan.
It's a heartbreaking story, and like I said, you know, we can have a conversation about immigration, of course we can. There's different sides to the argument that I completely understand, but I just think we're doing all of us an injustice if we don't listen to these people's stories and actually understand where these people are coming from, what they're putting themselves through. And these people that eventually make it to Western countries, these kids, these children that have been through this journey, I tell you what, they're the sort of people that I would want in my country. You know, these kids are going to grow up to be humble. They're going to grow up to appreciate what they have. They're going to grow up to appreciate hard work and know where they've come from, rather than entitled little spoiled brats that we seem to have in this country.
I know a lot of you have different opinions about the migrant crisis, especially Americans coming to America, all these people. A lot of you have very strong feelings about it. And I won't impart my opinion on it. America's not my country. It's not my problem in a sense. But what I will say is that I hope in the video so far you've seen that these people aren't bad people. They're not what Trump said they were or how he described them. They're just families, regular dudes and women and children who just want a better life because their country is totally screwed up. And if you came from a country like Venezuela, you'd be doing exactly the same thing that they're doing and trying to change their life for the better. And so would I.
I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, click a like, and if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe up top as well. And I implore you, please go watch the video. It's a really eye-opening video. Whatever you think of Bald and Bankrupt, he has made an incredible video, and it should be worthy of some sort of prize. It really should, but I don't think he will, because he's a YouTuber, so he'll be put aside for any other professional documentary filmmaker. Till next time, take care.